So I want to do the hamstring stretch. I want legs together, feet together, toes towards you, reach out as far as you can. Now, if you can't reach the toes, grab your legs. But I want to make sure as you watch, I want these feet together and flat, because naturally you'll see one foot drops to the side, makes it easier. I don't want easy. Toes towards you, so we also get that calf tie in as well. Hold the stretch. Ooh. Used to be a gymnast, didn't you? That flexibility. Same thing here, yep. Pull those in square, pull that in right like that.
Well, what about,
feel the difference there?
Dynamic or ballistic stretching as part of the walk?
Well, and that's
what he was doing, that 1-2.
That's exactly where he was going through. That's exactly another one. Left leg inside, left hand, right foot. Let's tuck that one on the inside instead of back. That's a little easier on the knee. So we'll bring your foot inside of here. So no, this one here. So yep, just bend this leg like that. Inside.
Okay.
There you go. It'll be easier on the knee there. Now, reach your right hand out there, or what leg are we on? You're messing me up with the left and right again. It's all right, no, it doesn't have to go in very tight at all. Even just to this point is fine. Now, reach the right hand out there while the left leg is tucked in. Not too bad. Now reach the left hand out there. You feel the difference when we pull that opposite hand out there? And again, naturally, we're going to go to the side that's easy. Left and right. Sorry, we'll work on that next clinic. Don't worry about it. No, okay, we're on the other leg. Oh, sorry. Peace. All right. Switch legs. Right leg inside. Now reach that right hand out there. Now, you seeing a difference between your left and right sides? There shouldn't be any. You should be able to, yeah, there isn't any on yours. They're both bad. Yeah, I don't want both bad, but we don't want, one good and bad either. But we need to be able to touch the toe. The ideal is without any pain or stretch in there, okay? I want you to keep in mind, as we stretch athletes, or stretch any of us, you need to stretch for just more discomfort, tightness. If you have pain, that's sending a signal to make that muscle contract. You're not going to gain flexibility while we do that. So we ease into the body. That doesn't mean, okay, yeah, I kind of feel something that's good. Push yourself, work into it. Butterfly, feet together, bring them in tight. Now, I want you to bring the feet as close to your body as you can. Now I want you to grab onto the ankles, not the toes, because I want you to use your elbows to help out a little bit. Push those knees down, chest up tall. Feel that stretch? Doesn't that feel good? And breathing and relaxing as we go into it. Yes?
You're seeing an athlete like 2 times a week, a couple hours, practice plus a game. What would take, how long would it take to increase your flexibility?
We're talking high school athlete?
10, 13-year-old.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't matter of weeks. Within a few weeks you can do it. Me, months. Yeah, straddle, legs apart wide down the middle. Talking about how quickly you can get the flexibility. Flexibility needs to be done, the stretching daily if you want to make a difference. If you're just stretching twice a week, it's not like doing bench twice a week and you're going to make gains. Flexibility, when you think of how much that muscle is contracting throughout that week, twice a week, 5 minutes, isn't going to do it. It's a daily routine you need to get into stretching to really make a difference. Now, the good thing is these kids can adapt and gain flexibility in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. We can gain enough to take stress off the joint. Not you, but some of us can, okay? It's going to take you a little longer. We'll change that toe touch to the knee touch when you're over there. All right, feet out as wide as you can. Lean down the center as much. I want to feel that inner thigh. Now, as a coach, you get an athlete that the leg drops to the side, it says, hey, coach, come grab my leg because I can go wider. So those toes stay up.
I wouldn't say that.
And then we go down the middle right there. Good. Just that little bit makes a difference. Even after I warn them, they still stay out there and say, yeah, come on, Bob, give me a little attention over here. Now, while you're in that position, yeah, Bob's coming, you better fix it yourself. Right hand, left foot. Right hand, left foot. Now, as you do this, we don't want to lean outside. Our chest is centered over the left thigh. So make sure we're centered over. Yeah. It's okay to put your left hand on the ground.
Oh, just don't lean that
Yeah,
way.
just
Okay.
don't lean to the outside. Yeah, so once you lean, that's perfect, just like that, just like that. You should be able to feel not only hamstring, left leg, but inner right thigh with that. Now switch. Left hand, right foot, center over it. And legs back together. Toes. Let's see how much more you can go from where you were before. Reach forward. You're not going to be incredible, but we'll be a little better. Look at that. Past the knees this time. Good. Now, however, just doing the stretch and going through this today where you're at, tomorrow I guarantee you get up and try the same thing right away. You're not going to be where you are right now. That's why it's a daily thing that we have to go through to make progress on this, on flexibility. It has to be, it's one of the things that we forget about and we don't do much of because it's all about power and speed and athleticism. That's great. But if you want to cut down on injury, increase your flexibility is the first thing I would do. And then watch these mechanics of things that we talked about today. You know, remember the first rule on our change of direction is always dropping the hip, right? We've got to drop the hip. If they've got a hop or a pause, too much weight's out here. I can't get back. So if we're centered, we can react and push away, make contact and push. Knees. Hips are always back when we squat. This already position in any sport is hips back. This is not good. Okay, I can't react and all the force is going right to the knees. Here's where I'm at. It's a big muscle for a reason, okay? And not just because of, donuts and stuff like that. It's mainly there because it produces a lot of power, strength. We have to use it. Most athletes don't even come close to using the amount of strength that they can get in their quads or in their glutes because they don't use them. They move straight-legged. We've got to get there. We've got a lot of kids we've had through the years, this big Tongan kids that come to us that are 9, 10 years old that are 170 pounds already because they're just wide, big, thick, and strong. Strong, good athletes, and they love them on the football field. However, if they don't learn to use that leg strength, most of them can't squat down very low. They're used to just knocking them around. By the time they get to high school, if nobody's addressed it, these kids, they've got nothing. They're a big 280-pound guy out in the field that can't use his hips and move, and are getting knocked around by 180-pound guys. So we have to, big is not enough. We've got to be strong, we've got to be powerful, and we've got to have the mechanics, okay? A couple quick things on some food things for you, and again, I'm going to send you more on that, but our big thing for our athletes is we've got to teach them it's not just about all the power and strength. It's about recovery as well. They've got to eat, they have to hydrate, and they've got to get sleep. Most of them aren't doing any of those very well. Some are great, and they carry those gallon jugs of water all day, and some are drinking way too much. They don't even need all that they're drinking, but then the rest of their diet is terrible. It's got to be the full picture. They can't just do the weights and that's enough. You can't just play basketball anymore and that's enough because kids are getting bigger, stronger, faster. They've got to be able to prevent these knee problems. You can have a great athlete, the biggest, strongest guy out on the field, but you know what? If he tears a hamstring, he's the biggest, strongest guy you got sitting on the sideline because he pulled a hamstring, only because he wasn't flexible, couldn't handle it. And that's the main reason we see those all the time. So eating often, hydrating, we teach our athletes, we want them to eat about 5 to 6 meals a day. That's not big meals, it's just steady meals all day. But we need a protein in every one of those meals. Because protein is one of the biggest things that help us regulate blood sugars, first of all. It's one of the big problems that we have. We've got 10 hours without anything, and in the morning, we have all carbs. I don't care if it's fruit. Just by itself, it's too much sugar. So you balance it with proteins. You take that empty tank and you throw in the carbs, and you wonder why that first class are so tired. They're getting tired already. Keep it steady fuel all day so they can move through it, okay? Water, hydrating, we generally tell them, our athletes, we want them to have about 80% of their body weight in grams of protein, to give you an idea. So that 150-pound athlete, 200-pound athlete, they're going to have a good amount of protein. It's not that bad because we're only talking 20 grams of protein in a meal for most of them. That's not much to do. 20 grams is pretty easy. We do big sponsor of the Rock and Refuel. I don't know if they've had that at the Shamrock Farms, and they haven't. It's great. It's like 300 calories, but it's 20 grams of protein right after a workout. It's a good balance, 2 to 1 carbs and protein. And I know I'm kind of in the school thing, so I got to be careful. But California drove me nuts a couple years ago when they took chocolate milk out of school lunches because they were afraid kids were getting fat out of chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is like this. So what do they replace it with? Apple juice. So now you just nothing but sugar. And what other protein are they getting in that meal? Maybe some out of the hot dog that they get? You know, so we got to think about the different things that we're talking about and all that. So, you know, if you have a sandwich, you're getting 300 calories. We're getting carbohydrates. We're getting proteins. Just a drink. It's something easy and it's gone. Okay, and you can find different things, but I can tell you with kids and young athletes, they're only going to do things that taste good. So muscle milk and those don't do too well. Some of them will do it, but it's like us. We'll choke things down that we may not like, or we have to, or we got to get got a reunion coming, got to get the abs back. I could tell you after experience, nobody cares, so don't even worry about that. I was the only one at my reunion, went back, got all ripped and ready to go, and nobody took their shirt off, so nobody knew. They just thought I got skinny or something. I don't know. So don't do that anymore. All right, bad. Make sure you guys each, if you haven't already, sign in for me, because if you have not heard from me by Sunday, that means I either couldn't read the email or I typed it in wrong or whatever else. I want to make sure you guys each get this nutritional stuff. We're going to send you our food chart also that we have all of our kids fill out, because again, it makes them accountable. They know exactly how much they're eating, hydrating. They go to calorieking.com. It tells them how to fill it out. And then that way they bring it back to you, and you'll know, okay, how many calories they're getting, how much protein, the water. They have to fill in the calories, so you don't get all that and have to research it yourself. You're doing enough. They can do that. It tells it for them. But it helps them understand where you're getting your protein, where you're getting your calories, where you're getting the water. Are you getting water? It goes a long way to help you. Plus our nutritional guidelines we'll send out. Plus we'll send out our link for our warm-up videos that we have as well. That's no charge for you guys. It'll just have the link. Just please don't share it around or anything. If they want something like that, send them to me and they can get it, okay? But we'll put that in, and then we'll have some more things we'll send out, because we're finishing up some of our multi-generational, I work with the older ones. I get this multi-generational stuff. Multi-directional drills that we do. So our speed stuff, our power work that we're getting, we'll have some other videos, and we're putting them all, instead of transferring from our DVDs that we have, and we're putting them online so that you can take your iPhone or whatever you've got to the field and see exactly what's going on. Oh, what was that drill again? And you can see the cues, get everything you need to, rather than trying to remember from home or the office what the DVD was. So it's much easier to use. So we'll keep you posted. And last thing going off, we have a similar clinic we do like this at your school. We'll target it to your sport and the things that you're doing. We find out ahead of time. So we do a 3-hour workshop that's for your coaches, and we bring in other coaches, things like that in your area. Teach them about this. It's a clinic that we do. It's a 3-hour clinic. It's $50 for the clinic. However, we provide lunch, and then after that, we have a 2-hour clinic for your athletes. You get 5 or more athletes to sign up, and there's no charge for you for the clinic at all. Because we want to go through a lot of the drills you need and want, then we talk about that, and then you get to see how it interacts and work as we work with the athletes and feel. Because right now you feel it. It's much better than seeing videos all the time. You got to feel a lot of things today, why your body was doing what it was doing. But now you start seeing athletes going, you're picking it up. Because that's what we want you guys doing, is going, wow, that's what's going on with the knees, or look what's going on here. This is going to be a problem for you. Finding those things, not figuring it out right now in just 3 hours, but a lot of it, you've already saw some things by watching everybody else. But appreciate your time. You guys have any questions, whether it's with the videos or with the conference or clinics that we do, or just, hey, what about this? I've got a kid that has a problem with this. Email, call me, glad to help with it. But we'll come to you, let me know whatever we can do to help. All right, appreciate your time and effort. Thanks, everybody.